Welcome to live chat to all of you. Welcome to live chat to all of you. Today we'll discuss coordinate geometry. Today we'll discuss coordinate geometry, all the formula and concept. This is most important. If you study this topic, then you'll get good score from the coordinate geometry. You will already know about the meaning of coordinate geometry means you will study about the line. Coordinate geometry means you will study about the line. That is coordinate geometry. And father of coordinate geometry, have you got idea or not? Coordinate geometry means you have to study of line. That is coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry means study of line. And who is the father of coordinate geometry? Rene Descartes is the father of coordinate geometry. Let's see moves on the topic of coordinate geometry, and we will discuss very nicely all the formula concept and that most important for highest point you can score, that coordinate geometry. That coordinate geometry, that is topic coordinate, coordinate, coordinate geometry, geometry, coordinate geometry. Today we'll discuss. Then first you have to understand is that today we'll discuss coordinate geometry. Then coordinate geometry means, what is the meaning of coordinate geometry? You have to understand that meaning of coordinate geometry means study of line. That you have to understand up to here something. Coordinate geometry means a study of line. A study of line is called coordinate geometry. A study of line is called coordinate geometry. Then who is the father of coordinate geometry? Then we'll discuss formula. Father of coordinate geometry. Father of coordinate geometry. Geometry. Father of coordinate geometry. Who is the father of coordinate geometry? That Rene Descartes. Rene Descartes is the father of coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry means you have to study about the line. And father of coordinate geometry is Rene Descartes. And let's see moves on formula. We'll discuss. We will discuss formulas. We'll discuss our formulae. We'll discuss formula. Let's move on formula number one and concept. We'll discuss only formula and concept of coordinate geometry. First and foremost, slope formula. Slope. You have to understand slope formula. Yum. Slope formula, that is rise by run. That formula you have to understand like this. Rise by run. It means del y by del x. You have to understand, mister. That is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. You have to understand like this. This is the formula of slope. You have to understand like this. This is the formula that is opposite by adjacent. This is the formula. Slope means tan theta. This is formula. You have to understand this all formula. Slope means rise by run. You have to understand. Slope means del y by del x. That is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Slope means opposite by adjacent. Slope means this tan theta. You have to understand this. You have to understand this. It means y is equal to mx plus c. Are you understand or not? This means you have to understand that is slope. This is slope. This is slope. And this c means this this c means you have to understand y. This y means intercept of line. Intercept of line. That is intercept of line. Intercept of line. You have to understand. You have to understand this. Yum means slope. Yeah. Find the slope. That 3x plus 5. Find out slope. Then slope, this 3 is a slope. This 3 is a slope. You have to understand this slope. Slope means rise by run. Del y by del x. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Opposite by adjacent is equal to also slope means tan theta. And if you want to find slope, then y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to 3x plus 5. Then find out slope. Then 3 is a slope. You have to understand like this. Now let's see move on formula. That formula is formula number 2. We will discuss the formula number 2. That formula is distance between 2 point. Distance between 2 point. Distance between 2 points. So this formula is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square and root. You have to give. This is the formula of distance. Root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. And you have to do in root. This is the formula of distance. Let me one examples. This x1 comma y1 is equal to 5 comma 3. Suppose x2 comma y2 is comma 1 comma 2. Suppose. So you have to put here x2 minus x1 को whole square plus y2 minus y को whole square. So x2 minus x1. This is x1 x2. So 1 minus 4. 1 minus 5 को whole square plus y2 2 minus 3 को whole square and do root. 1 minus 5 means minus 4 को whole square plus 2 minus 3 minus 4 को whole square. Yes, minus 4 को square means 16 plus 1. So root 17 is the answer. Root 17 is the answer. You have to understand this formula, distance between 2 points. You have to understand this formula. And let's we move on third number formula. Let's we discuss this third number formulas. Let's we discuss this 3 number formula, midpoint formula. That is most important formula, midpoint formula. That midpoint formula, midpoint formula, most important formula, midpoint formula. You have to understand this formula. Midpoint formula means x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. This is the formula of midpoint. This is the formula of midpoint. This is the formula of midpoint. And next formula is that you have to read these all formula to score higher mark in this topic. You have to understand centroid formula. That centroid formula. Centroid formula. You have to understand this centroid formula. That is most important topic of geometry, coordinate geometry. X1 plus x2 plus x3 total is 3, so you have to divide by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3, so divide by 3, so divide by 3. And this is the formula of centroid formula. That is most important. 3 point is given a b c, and very another point is given like this d e f. Then you have to this point plug the point a b c, divide by 3. You have to plug their point a b c, divide by 3, and then you have to solve this formula. And that formula number 5, this is most important formula. Distance of a point, distance of a point from origin. Distance of a point from origin. If origin is written, then you have to do directly in root square. That formula is like this: x square plus y square. Distance of a point from origin is given, then you have to do root under x square plus y square. X square plus y square. X square plus y square. Distance of a point from origin, then you have to do this formula: x square plus y square root under x square plus y square. In the case of origin is mentioned, then you have to do direct. To value is given and you have to put in root and square up to value. That will be the answer in the case of this origin. And next formula is that sectional formula internally. Sectional formula. Sectional formula internally. INTER. Internally. Sectional formula internally. लगा देते हैं. Sectional formula internally. Sectional formula internally. This formula is m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2 comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. This is the formula of sectional formula internally. This is the formula of central formula internally. And let's we move on externally. You have to change their sign. For externally, there is positive, then goes on negative. There is positive, you have to do in minus. There is plus, goes on minus. There is plus, write down in minus. This is the formula of externally. If you want to take, then you have to change sign only. So let's we move on formula number 7. You have tricks I will give. Some tricks I will give. Yes, I will give concept there. Yes, 7 number. If the line is ascending, 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 you have to understand this trick. Then slope positive. If line is in ascending, you have to tick the answer in slope positive. I will give their concept. If line is descending, then what you do? If the line is descending, then what you do? Then slope is negative. Then slope is negative. Another concept I will give. If you read this all concept, then it is okay for coordinate geometry. If line, if line is parallel to x-axis, this means parallel. This means parallel to x-axis. If lines is parallel to x-axis, then slope 0. You have to read. Question is asking like that. If line is parallel to x-axis, then slope 0. 10 number. If line is parallel, if line is parallel to y-axis, if line is parallel to y-axis, then slope is undefined. If line is parallel to y-axis, slope undefined. If line is parallel to x-axis, then slope is 0. This is concept. You have to read like this: ascending, slope positive, line descending, slope negative. If line is parallel to x-axis, slope 0. Line is parallel to y-axis, slope undefined. Slope is undefined. I will give another concept, 11 number, that is most important. Two lines parallel. Two line. Two lines are parallel. Two lines are parallel. Then two lines are parallel. Then slope equals. You have to understand. Two lines are parallel. Then slope equal. which means m1 is equal to m2. If two lines are parallel, then slope equals. So m1 is equal to m2. You have to do this tips and tricks. If two lines are perpendicular, if two lines are perpendicular, if two lines are perpendicular, then you have to do slope is equal to minus 1. It means you have to understand m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. In the case of perpendicular, m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. In the case of parallel, you have to do m1 is equal to m2. You have to read this formula. Another is another concept I'll give. There 30 number. Another concept is that if the line passes, if line passes, if the line passes through origin, if the line is passes through origin, both x and y intercept, both x and y intercept, both x and y intercept, both x and y intercept are 0. You have to up to here this concept you have to study, and let's will move on formula number 14, that is most important. Up to 30 we'll discuss, and we'll go on formula number 40. Now we'll move on formula number 14. We'll move on formula number 14. Circles of equations of circles. That is most important. I will already give you trick in video. Equations of circle. There is equations x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. This is the equations of circles where h comma k is center, h comma k is center, h comma k is center, and r is radius. This is most important. This is one of the most important concept and formula, and this question is asking again and again in entrance. If you understand this, then you will get good score easily. This is most important formula, and that formula number 50 is, this is 15 number, again most important. If most important, if the given point, like question is asking, if the given point are collinear, are you understand the meaning of collinear? Collinear, if the given point are collinear, then find the area of triangle. Then area of triangles is what? This question is asking. Area of triangles is what? Then area of triangles is 0. Area of triangles is 0. Collinear is this. This is collinear, like this. This is collinear. Yeah. This is collinear. If the given point are collinear, then area of triangle what? 0. You have to read this 0. Area of triangles is 0. Then this formula is again most important. Find the area of triangles. There is 3 vertex points are given. Then area of triangles, most important. Area of triangles. Area of triangles what? In this case, this is most important formula. I'll directly write formula, or and I will give tricks also. If vertex 3 are given, I will already mention these tips and tricks. X1, X2, Y1, Y2. Yes, X3, Y3, X1, that Y1. Then this is like this formula. X1 plus X2 plus X2, Y3 plus Y3, Y1. I will already give this formula concept in another video. mention. You have to look here also and there also. X1 y3, this is the formula of area of triangles. This is the formula of area of triangles. If you don't understand this above, doesn't matter, you have to understand this. Direct give answer area of triangles, and another tricks also provide direct in another video. Already I will mention. Today I will give you only formula and some of the concept, and that 17 number. Today we'll discuss this concept. You have to understand centroid. Centroid divide the median. What ratio? This question is also asking in Olympiad also. In the ratio of 2 is to 1. This is most important. Centroid divide the median 2 is to 1. And another formula I will give you. Another formula I will give you today, that angles between two line angle between two lines is given. Angle between two lines is given by, then you have to do tan theta is equal to plus minus m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 into m2. This is most important formula for class 9. Now we will give you 19 number tips and tricks, that is point solve form. I will give this formula. Then equations of line passing through equations of the line passing through x1 comma y1, x1 comma y1, that is y1 is, that is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. That is called point solve form. This formula is point solve form. Point solve form. This is also most important formula. Let's remove formula number 20. That is importance for entrance. We'll move on formula number 20. That is most important. You have to read all this formula to get good score in coordinate geometry. Find perpendicular distance. How to find? I will give you this formula. Find perpendicular distance. If question is asking find the perpendicular distance, this is also important. Find perpendicular distance. I will give formula. Perpendicular distance is equal to ax1 plus by1 plus c by root under a square plus b square. You have to do like this. This is the formula of perpendicular distance. This is the formula of perpendicular distance. This is the formula of perpendicular distance. Let's we'll move on formula number 21. Find equations of line. Find equations of line. Find equations of line passing through passing through find equations of line passing through x1 comma y1 and parallel to line. If question is like that, parallel to line, that is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, then you have to do this. A times x minus x1 plus b times y minus y1 is equal to 0. You have to do like this, and let's we'll move on formula number 21. We'll move formula number 29. Question is again like this. Find equations of a line. Then we'll give you trick. Find equations of line passing through passing through x1 comma y1, x1 comma y1, and with perpendicular line, with perpendicular line perpendicular line with perpendicular to line, that is ax plus by plus c is given like this question. Then you have to do apply like this. A times y minus y1 minus b times x minus x1 is equal to 0. Then I will give this 22 formula and I will provide 23 number formula. Distance between 2 points. This is most important formula. Distance between 2 point. Distance between 2 point in polar form. That is in polar form. That t is equal to r1 square plus r2 square minus 2 r1 r2 cos theta. That is theta 1 minus theta 2. This is the formula of distance between 2 point in polar form. Distance between 2 point in polar form. The 24 formula is two parallel line x plus by plus c is equal to 0 and x plus by plus c2 is equal to 0 is, then two parallel you have to find distance formula c2 minus c1 by root under a square plus b square. That is in distance formula. You have to apply for the distance parallel line distance formula like this 25 formula. Two parallel line, two parallel planes, two parallel plane ax plus by plus cz plus d1 is equal to 0 and ax plus by plus cz plus d2 is equal to 0 is, that formula is d2 minus d1 by root under a square plus b square plus c square. This is the formula up to 20 here, up to there 25 formula, and I will provide another formula related to this topic. I will provide another formula related to this topic. That is important formula. Now we'll discuss that 26 formula, equations of straight lines. Yes, that equations of straight line. Equations of straight line. This is most important formula, that is y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1, where m is slope. You will understand. Then I will make another formula. Slope means y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. We will put this value in case of this m. So there is x minus x1 same. Only we will put for slope y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Yes, and we will discuss formula number 7. 27 points on x-axis and origin. Point on x-axis and origin. Then we will do distance OA means you have to take x unit. You have to take x unit. Formula number 28. Point on y-axis. Point on the y-axis and origin. Then you have to take y unit. Then distance OA is equal to y unit. That's 29 number formula. That is like this: x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. As you have to do compare, you have to do their comparing and take formula of radius. You have to do compare that x minus h को whole square plus y minus k को whole square is equal to r square. Their formula of center, you have to read this center. H center h comma k is equal to minus g comma minus f. You have to study. That is the formula of center. And for the radius, r is equal to G square plus F square minus C. You have to read this formula. You have to read this formula. For center, this is for radius S, where you have to understand where G, F, and C are constant. G of n C are constant. That is root G square plus F square minus C greater, equal to, greater than 0. You have to understand this. Now we'll discuss 30 number formula. Now we'll discuss 30 number concept. In a standard form, in a standard form, that is ax plus by plus c. As ax plus by is equal to c, the minus is equal to 0. As then slope of a line minus a by b. If you are going to finding like this, if a standard form x plus by is equal to c, then slope of line is equal to minus a by b. Then y-intercept of a line, y-intercept of a line is equal to c by b. Then x-intercept of line, if you are going to find, then x-intercept of line is equal to c by a, c by a. And one I will trick also give the standard form parabola equation as the standard form of a parabola. The standard form of a parabola equations is y is equal to x square plus bx plus c. Y is equal to x square plus bx plus c. Now I'll give you another tips and tricks. That 32 number. Yes, the factor the factor form the factor form of a parabola. The factor form of a parabola equations is y is equal to a times x minus r1 times x minus r2, where r1s and r2 are the roots uh, roots or roots or roots or x intercept of parabola, x intercept of parabola parabola. That 33, you have to understand vertex form vertex form of a parabola. Vertex form of a parabola equations is vertex form of the parabola equations is y is equal to a times x minus h whole square plus k. This is the vertex form. This is the vertex form. This is the vertex form. Vertex form of parabola equation is y is equal to a times x minus h whole square plus k is the vertex form. And now you will take one of the best tips and tricks. Now I will give tricks to understand. For MCQ pattern, this is important. This concept you have to study. Two linear equations, two linear equations with most important. This is most important. Infinitely many solution. and infinitely many solution. Infinitely many solutions. It means it represent same line. It represent the same line. You have to understand this. It represent same line. It represent the same line. That 35 concept parallel line. Parallel line have same slope. Parallel line have same slope. And there is no point of intersection. There is no point of intersection. There is no point of intersections. You have to understand this concept. Perpendicular, negative reciprocal. There is perpendicular. Perpendicular line have slope that are negative reciprocal. That are negative reciprocal. That are negative reciprocals and intersect intersect at a right angle. And I will give you excellent concept. This concept you have to understand. The standard form of parabola. Standard form of a parabola. Standard form of a parabola is y is equal to x square plus bx plus c, where c is the y intercept, where c is the y intercept. If a is positive, if a is positive, if a is positive, then the parabola open, then the parabola open. And if a is negative, if a is negative, it then it open down. Parabola is open, yes. And if a is negative, it open down. And you have to understand this also. 38 concept. Negative slope means you have to understand decreasing. Negative slope means you have to understand decreasing, yes. And positive slope means you have to understand all concept increasing. You have to know like this meaning. Zero slope means constant. Zero slope means you have to understand constant. Undefined slope. Undefined slope means you have to understand vertical. Undefined concept means you have to understand vertical. This is importance. One more concept I will give you. This is excellent. 39 number is most important for you. Relationship between two life. That relationship between two lines. Relationship between two lines. Suppose line 1 is like this. Line 1 is a1x plus b1y is equal to c1s. And line 2 is that a2x plus bxy is equal to c. As relations between two lines is like this. And you have to understand this is most important. this relation VVI, that own solutions, relations. There is no solution, infinitely infinite number of solution, infinite number of solution. That is most important. You have to understand concept only, then you will crack the question. You have to understand. If one solution came a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, means there is intersect, this concept you have to understand. No solution means a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, but not equal to c1 by c2. That is case of parallel. No solution means parallel case, no solution, intersection point one solutions, and infinitely many solution means a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, means there is same line, there is same line. You have to know these tips and trick that help us to build your confidence, and you will get good score. If you know this, then you will score excellent score. If you know, then you will score excellent. And I will give one tricks of quadratic also here. Then it will be 40 as quadratic. Are you know understand the formula of quadratic? Quadratic, x is equal to minus b plus minus root under b square minus 4ac by 2a. That is the formula of quadratic. And I will give concept of quadratic. This you have to remember. B square minus 4 is greater than 0. It means there is two solution. There is two solutions. There is two solution means there is two intersecting point. Means two intersecting point. Two solution means there is two intersecting point. B square minus 4ac is equal to 0 means one solution. Means there is one intersecting point. One intersecting point. B square minus 4ac less than 0 means there is no solution. There is no solution means there is no intersecting point. No intersecting point. You have to read all the formula and concept, then you will get good score in coordinate geometry. Thank you to all of you for learning here.